So for what Foxy said about the relief of he's in surgery, he's stable, and a statement being released, that was a positive note. And you just think about how fragile life is, man. I mean, we've been in sports, and G, you've been in this longer than we have, and you've been through tragedies and things happening throughout sports with prominent figures, and it brings you back to your human side. These guys are humans. And it humanizes it for a lot of people, no matter how much money, no matter how much success, no matter how many people know your name, no matter how many cameras flash when you enter into places. We are all through this, still praying for his recovery and making sure that he can get back to some normalcy, quality of life. It still just reminds us all that as much as we celebrate these guys for their trip.
And there's a selfish element of it for those of us who love the sport, who think to ourselves, boy, I hope he can come back and play again. And then we show that image that we just showed you a moment ago of his son, Charlie, rushing to greet him as he walked off the 18th green at Augusta now less than 2 years ago after winning the Masters and that incredible comeback. And you realize at the end of the day, whether he comes back to play golf again or not is definitely not at the top of the list of the most important things. He could have been so much worse. We are thankful that it was not. We will continue to cover this for you all morning long, and if there is any further information about his condition or anything else, you will certainly hear it immediately here on Get Up. In the meantime, let us get to some other news today, including the football news. So yesterday was the day that the franchise tag window opened in the National Football League, and that means, of course, the Cowboys can officially place that tag on quarterback Dak Prescott for a second season. Yesterday, here on our program, Ed Werder floated a possibility of the Cowboys going in a different direction.
Even if they franchise tag him, I think they have to consider drafting a quarterback with the 10th overall pick. With quarterbacks available in this draft, continuing uncertainty about Dak Prescott's long-term commitment, I think they would have to consider drafting a quarterback, even though that's not the way Jerry Jones has operated. I mean, he's only done that once, and that was the first year. 1989, drafted Troy Aikman, #1 overall. It's not a philosophy that he's generally embraced, but it did produce 3 Super Bowl wins, the only ones that have taken place in Dallas since Jerry's owned the team.
That certainly got a lot of conversation going here. And we are joined this morning by our insider, Dan Graziano, on the lower right of your screen. And Torrey Smith is back for another Wednesday, and we're delighted to have you. But Dan, I will start with you. If they are not able to get a deal done with Dak, and Lord knows they haven't been able to now for 2 years, is there reason to believe they will take other steps, like maybe a draft pick, to try and address that quarterback situation?
They'd certainly have to consider it, Greeny. I mean, to Ed's point, it is not something they do. Since the Troy Aikman pick in '89, they've only taken one quarterback before the 4th round, and that was Quincy Carter in 2001. So it's not something they do. But, I talk to Todd Archer, our Cowboys reporter, a lot. We talk about the situation a lot. Exchange knows. He pointed out they went 30 years without drafting an offensive lineman in the first round. Then they did it 3 times in 4 years. So they can change. Holder. That allows them more time. They have until July 15th to work out a long-term deal. But if you get to the draft in late April and you're confronting the possibility that he is going to play another year on the franchise tag and then leave in free agency next year when the franchise tag would get to $52 million, then you have to consider it because you have to be thinking beyond just this year. Everything the Cowboys are saying says that they want to keep him. He wants to be there. There's a deal to be done, and I think they eventually get there. But if they don't get there by late April, I think Ed's point is a good one. They would have to at least look at that possibility.
Here's the thing, though, Dan. When you say he wants to do a deal, they want to do a deal, and we have reason to believe they'll get it done.
Yes.
We have been saying exactly that for 2 years. I mean, literally exactly those 3 phrases have been spoken on this program 1 trillion times in the last 2 years, and it continues not to happen. So, Torrey Smith, let me come. We haven't heard from you yet this morning. What is your perspective as we go through this exercise yet again with Dak Prescott in Dallas?
They should have signed him 2 years ago, and they should sign him tomorrow. You're talking about a guy who is an elite talent. Dak Prescott has the exact same quarterback rating as the other quarterback in Texas, Deshaun Watson, yet he's constantly disrespected. No one questions his value or if he should be paid. And Dak Prescott proved when he was gone, that he was a major piece of this offense, and it goes beyond simply the field. His leadership and the way the team rallied around him, that was missing. So Dallas, don't mess this up again. You have your guy. Take care of him. He has the opportunity to bounce back. They're already paying Amari Cooper, and he has weapons around him. It's hard to find an elite quarterback. And you have a guy, they don't just grow on trees. Pay him, take care of him, and move forward with Dak Prescott as your future.
That is quite a number. You just referenced it, and Hembo's got it up on the screen. The same exact career QBR as Deshaun Watson. And Watson is the second highest paid player in the National Football League, and Dak is where he is. My former Cowboy is Marcus Spears. I saw you nodding along. What do you think, Swagoo?
Gee, listen, we going in circles. There's a song I was about to start singing, but listen, here is what it is. And I thought Ed made a great point, and Graz talking about it. Because Dak has the amount of leverage that he has, and because this situation has played out in this long, it might be smart, business-wise, for the Dallas Cowboys to draft a quarterback in this draft and continue to try to get that room to where you might want it to look like without Dak Prescott being a part of it. Because now this is about Dak Prescott and his agent Todd France. This is no longer about the Cowboys negotiating piece. It's no longer about the amount of years. And this is the next level of that conversation with Dak Prescott. Dak can do whatever the hell he want to do now. Like, he's in a position now to say, okay, I'm chilling for a year. Tag me, franchise me, I'm playing. But next year, you got to come see me, or I'm going to see about one of these 31 other teams in the NFL. That's the conversation now. That was last year. They went over the terms, 5 or 4 years. Dak wanted 4. Todd France's agent wanted 4. They decided not to sign anything. This is all about whatever Dak Prescott and his agent wants to do. Period. Does not have anything to do with the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so let me bring in Dominique, who has been elevated recently from the president of Dak's fan club to now an honorary member of the family. You are, to my understanding, an honorary member of the Prescott family. And so now here we are, Dominique, talking about them bringing another quarterback in. What is our reaction?
Well, yeah, thanks to Brother Tad, I am now a cousin of the family, and I support everything that Spears just said, because what Marcus is explaining is leverage, and leverage is about your alternative. At the end of this season, the alternative for the Cowboys is no quarterback. The alternative for Dak Prescott is I can go to any team I want that'll pay me whatever I tell them to pay me. So who is more scared of the end of this cliff right now? No one is more scared than the Cowboys. Dak should probably be welcoming the idea of playing under another franchise tag, because aside from this injury he had last year, he's never missed a game. He'll be healthy and he'll ball out, and then he'll be a free agent, and he can decide to go somewhere else and maybe take less to win a championship in another organization that's better built, or go and make all the money he possibly can make. So to me, it feels like they've really messed the situation up, which we've all said up until this point. What's that finger mean, Graziano? You got
Graziano,
a finger?
go ahead.
Where is the evidence that he would consider taking less? Well, I mean, he was offered $34.5 million a year with $110 guaranteed a year ago. Didn't take it. No, there's no taking less here. He knows his value. The franchise tag assigns a value to him too.
I don't think he should. As a cousin, I would like all the money in the family as possible. However, I'm saying it's up to him. He can do whatever he wants at that point. And they have ruined this opportunity, which we've all said for the last couple of years. But I do think it's important that we understand how much strength he has. And I do think it's probably a bad idea for them to draft a quarterback no matter what happens in this situation. This team is full of holes. They need to fill those holes, whether Dak's the long-term answer or anybody else, because I think they're at number 10. You're not going to get a Dak replacement at number 10. You struck gold and got lucky with Dak. It's not going to happen again.
Yeah, number 10 is exactly where the Cowboys currently sit in round 1. All right, I'll leave it there for the moment. We are just getting started on a very busy day. There's more football as we continue. Coming up, starting to sound like the Steelers are ready to run it back with Big Ben. What does that mean for Pittsburgh this season and beyond? And of course, much more on yesterday's accident and what lies ahead for Tiger Woods, with a variety of guests who will join us as we continue live. You're watching Get Up on ESPN.
The 5G Google Pixel is amazing at streaming videos. For example, take this stream here. See how smooth it is? Just a smooth 5G stream. The 5G Google Pixel from $4.99.
What makes the Popeye's chicken sandwich the sandwich? Freshly hand-battered chicken, crunchy pickles, creamy mayo, and buttery brioche buns. The only thing better than how it sounds is how it tastes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Weird. Come on. Great. You for real? So maybe just a cable?
We can help you.
Welcome to America's #1 battery destination. AutoZone, your battery solution.
Feel the cool rush of Claritin Cool Mint Chewables. Powerful 24-hour non-drowsy allergy relief plus an immediate cooling sensation for your throat. Feel the clarity and live Claritin Clear.
Fender Bender, take one.
Tonight's matchup, me versus an ugly fender bender. If Ike and Ike got a win, it's going to be a miracle, baby.
Mr. Vitale, it wouldn't be a miracle because Geico gives you a team of experts to help manage your claim.
It's going to be a nail biter.
No, the Geico team is there for you 24/7.
Geico is awesome, baby. Too much?
I think we got it.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Available interior work surface to work it out up front, plus the capability of available Pro Power on board to work it out in back. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Introducing the all-new 2021 Ford F-150.
Someday I'll ask you a question that will change me forever.
If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting.
Start your someday with a ring from the Neil Lane collection. Available at Kay.
PNC Bank believes that if you can get a pair of goggles that helps with your backhand, then you should be able to get a bank account that helps with your budget. We created Virtual Wallet to help people save and spend smarter. Easily see the big picture of your finances and set up alerts to help avoid overdrafts.
You see that?
From the makers of Blue Moon comes Light Sky. An extraordinary citrus sweet brewed with real tangerine peel, only 95 calories. Welcome to the light side of the moon.
Hiring is challenging, especially for key roles.
Jobs to the top job sites and found people with the right skills and experience. We've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists. With ZipRecruiter, we get hiring results.
ZipRecruiter, rated the #1 hiring site. Try it for free at ziprecruiter.com.
Oh, Mom, you have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale.
Mega.
You seen the new smoking, kicking chicken at Jimmy's John's? Savory chicken smothered?
Try the new smoking, kicking chicken for a limited time.
Hulu, have live sports, Hulu.
Damn, that was dope, but it's Hulu.
Is brought to you by ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. All right, here we go. It is the quarterback had the longest career playing for only one accident involved. As we continue next.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. I mean, oh, sorry.
Whoops. Meow, good evening. Meow. Nope. Oh, what? I'm an emu! No, buddy. Buddy, it's a filter. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I feel bad for kicking your seat on purpose.
I'm sorry for mansplaining. That's when a man...
I know what it is.
We should have just told you it's a boy.
I wish you didn't have to hear all that.
Sorry I called you Karen.
That's my name.
Sorry your name is Karen.
I promise I will not eat any more of your friends.
Really?
Okay, it might happen one more time.
The 5G Google Pixel is amazing at streaming videos. For example, take this stream here. See how smooth it is? Just a smooth 5G stream. The 5G Google Pixel from $4.99.
Pretzel crust is back at Little Caesars.
Yep, people loved it so much they brought it back. They actually listened to their customers.
Less talking, more hanging up.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars, and pretzel crust is back with a cheddar cheese sauce and a soft pretzel crust for just $6. Pizza.
Don't get mad, get E-Trade and get more than just trading. Investing, banking, guidance.
Watch this. He'll think we're VIP. Wow, he does think we're VIP.
And backstage. Trust me now?
I never doubted you.
I did for a second, but that's gone now. I trust you.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, how you doing, baby? You look mighty fine, I figured I might come your way and roll up on you with that golden ticket. Shawty, can I get your
Smell irresistible. New X.
Yeah, I got Balenci's in the bathroom. I used to be fiending for 'em, dreaming in the classroom. 4 years later and my rack's blue. And my whole team is seeing green like Yoshi X too. People taking in your face, I ain't ask you. But you been seeing how they live, so they ain't have to.
He's a guy that lives for these moments, just completely fearless.
Kevin Durant is just on another level.
Kawhi Leonard is the most prolific winner in NBA history.
Giannis is such a force of nature.
He's almost unstoppable.
It's NBA on ABC time. Mavs, Nets, Clippers, Bucks on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Hey, Harry.
Hello, mate.
What are your tips for the big game?
Here, Michael. Hello, Gaffer. Tips for the game? Well, I think there'll be plenty of goals. No chance. That defender's a monster. Yeah, but the little fella up front is lightning. Listen, your best bet is to get yourself. Look lively, Michael. We're teeing off in 20.
Harry? Michael? Whether you listen to Harry or Michael, make your best bet at BetVictor.
Might be long, Sandra. I don't think Michael's much good.
We are back on Get Up, and our top story today, a developing story. 35-year-old golf legend lost control of his SUV yesterday morning. It rolled over several times. He had to be extricated from the vehicle and rushed to the hospital. And as you would imagine, his fellow golfers
See one of your, now my closest friends, get in an accident. I'm sure they're struggling.
No doubt in my mind he'll be back, and take him a little longer, I'm sure, but from my perspective, he's.
And for those who don't know, Ben Hogan suffered a car accident in the middle of his career Doctor said he may never walk again. He wound up. Friend Curtis Strange, two-time U.S. Open champion. And Curtis, what was your reaction yesterday when you first heard this?
About how many times does this guy have to come back? And I think he's the only guy now. He's, I just keep thinking it. Everybody keeps. What does that do to him? It's just shocking.
No question. And it is difficult on this morning to think about the golf piece of this, but that obviously is a piece of it. He had just said to Jim Nance, now adds together as far as the continuation of his career.
Well, I human being that's had a horrific wreck, and we wish him the best. And as everybody's mentioned, his family and his kids, and what you can imagine what they're. I just wish him the best, and then if you think about golf and his leg, what he went through, he was lucky to save his leg with the compound fracture. Tiger has multiple compound fractures. He has the ankle injury. And you know what? I can't help but think his body from a wreck like this. He's a broken man. I can't imagine him laying in his again.
Yeah, that was with the most serious injuries first. And then you start worrying about all what his absence now will quite some time. And now his return has been a little bit of a different feel. What has he meant to the sport in this second incarnation of his career, and what will his absence mean?
The ages, and we saw the excitement in this game for 1 week. The sport will survive. Trust me, the sport is stronger than any one man, but he has meant more to the sport because of he has been the strongest and the biggest star ever in this game, and he will be.
Yeah, he was the host of the event just this past weekend at Riviera in Los Angeles. Curtis, thank you so much for circumstances. That's Curtis Strange, again, two-time U.S. Open champion. All right, let's go back to the football news again. As there is any further information on Tiger, you will certainly get it here. But there's more news from the NFL, where yesterday Ben Roethlisberger reported set at over $41 million. So that's untenable, and obviously will have to be restructured.
There has been some momentum toward finding a way and close to this situation in the last couple of days, who said they'd be shocked if Ben Roethlisberger was not the starting quarterback of the Steelers this year. Obviously, number, if he's on the team this year, is $14.34 million. So that knocks it down to about, what, 27. So still not great, but a lot better, and it looks like they're pointing toward the team. They can knock that cap number down by as much as $14.34 million, which would then be their dead money cap number for him next year, but it would...
Sounds like he will be back. So if that is indeed the case, Dominique, let me put it to you this way. When you make a list of teams you could see winning the Super Bowl next year with Big Ben, are the Steelers on it?
No, not as currently constructed. I mean, they have plenty of talent on offense, but that O-line needs to improve. They have even more changes. Maybe they could be more competent on offense, particularly late. Make this a championship team.
Defense. But you agree with Dominique, they're not a Super Bowl contender among all those teams in the AFC?
No, G. Success. We saw the short intermediate passing game that they tried. It was an X's and O's thing as well. In Indianapolis, you cannot ask him to be the guy and the reason you win a Super Bowl. To do in order to insulate him, and the number one thing you need to do to insulate these older quarterbacks and Pouncey just retired. So it's more than just getting Ben back.
Session plan, but it doesn't appear this will be the year for that. Meanwhile, Ben has been in Pittsburgh for 17 years, which brings us to Hembo's sneaky question for our friend Graziano today. Which Hall of Fame quarterback had the longest career playing for only one franchise?
I had to check with Hembo to make sure I was right on this. It excludes anyone who ever only played for one team. So I'm thinking about guys that played a long time and never played anywhere else. I'm thinking about the first quarterback I covered as a reporter. It was Dan Marino in Miami, who played in Miami.
Marino, 17 seasons. Green Bay. Graziano is a machine. That is an last night. There's a good one. Mavericks and Celtics down 7, late fourth quarter. Not anymore. That's Jason Tatum with a 3. He had 28. It's a 4-point game. Less than a minute now. Celtics down 1. Jaylen Brown with the defense. Watch him floating. Down by 2. 12 seconds to go. Seconds. Doncic for the win. .110, 106. In Dallas. And take a look at this. the Warriors Sunday. So it's a Showtime week, all with LeBron on 3 games on ESPN. As
See how smooth it is? Just a smooth 5.
In a relentless world. By illusion. What it means to be a
every snap from every game. And learn from the players. Go to NFL.com/Game Pass to start your free trial.
It's outrageous how this flavor got him shook like.
Hold up.
Kicks.
Spicy chicken McNugget. If they came back, spicy chicken McNuggets, they're back.
Afraid to bear it all.
Whoa, you can see.
Bundling, for example. You've got car insurance here and home insurance here. Tea and crumpets.
See how smooth it is? Just a smooth 5G stream. The 5G Google Pixel from $4.99.
Up next.
It's as big as it gets.
Unite with his former offensive coordinator Frank Reich, with whom he spent 2 years in Philadelphia. He spent part of about Wentz and you know about him with this coach. What do you believe the Colts are?
I fully expect the Colts to win the AFC South this year with Carson Wentz game and an offensive line that could go out there and play well. Carson Wentz, I'm saying is that if he plays at a high level, which I fully expect with this type of balance around him, the Colts will take it to the next level in the playoffs.
Well, those are two different. Him to be what he was then. Is he going to be that guy? Because he was the MVP of the league that year before he got hurt. Is he going to be that guy in this offense, Torrey?
Yeah, so you're going to see that step and Dominique. I can't wait to rub it in Dominique's face later on down the year. But seriously, the balance is there, and he's going to play well.
However, let me give you a little advice. When you're sitting starts with, I agree with Dan Orlovsky, you're wrong. But as far as Carson Wentz, it's big. Higher on Carson Wentz or the idea of Carson Wentz right now. A lot of other things around him will take the pressure off of him. If we've done a lot of psychoanalysis of Carson Wentz, whether that's fair or not, I don't know. He feels comfortable with the protection. I think he about to be MVP level. Whoa, that is some Dan Orlovsky level nonsense.
Marcus, I'm pushing back. This team is that good. Why is
because he's not going to be Carson Wentz 2017 MVP season. Great. But when we look at Philly and we look at what we expected this year as a sample size, and I think Frank Reich understands that as well. P-level quarterback. We need Super Bowl that Carson Wentz will be better this year. I also believe so I expect them to play well. MVP. John Watson do as much for his team as conversation, please.
It's easier to perform when you're not. Well, I will tell you this: quarterbacks perform better when they don't have that burden. In that balance, he's not asked to be Superman. There, they had that. It wasn't there. He didn't look the same, even though he threw the two best incompletions I've ever seen in my life. But I am telling you, respect will be put on his name this season. Take that to the bank.
Yeah, I'm calling an audible. Has he forgotten?
It sure looked like it. It sure looked like it when you were watching those. So I'm not going to say in the best situation he's been in a long time. But be top half of the league by QBR. That'll be nice. Let's take some baby steps to get in Carson and friends. You're letting your heart get in the way. Don't let your personal feelings. Those 3 letters that don't belong anywhere near Indianapolis right now. Those are MVP.
If he didn't tear up his knee diving into the end zone against the Rams early in December that season, he had the MVP. But Marcus, if he plays like that, you tell me right now
You stop it. You stop it. He gonna come at me. And then go to you. Right. So first of all, that is that we don't see anybody other than Patrick Mahomes do with consistency. He's never going to do that again. That is called.
Allie is counting us all out. I already went yell at somebody. Meanwhile, we got a great win at Ohio State. We'll take on number 9 Iowa. Then Ohio State is taking on Michigan State. The Big Ten is loaded this year, and we got to get back to
Domino's. We're more free crust, foldable.
First play of lunch. Oh, a chunky chicken noodle. That'll fill them up. Campbell's Chunky. Soup that eats like a meal.
Is this your home insurance?
Insurance, so we only pay for what we need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Welcome to the next world, available in parts of many cities.
It's not just a great network.
This streaming was crystal clear.
Select unlimited plans, get the Disney bundle included. 1 plus 5G, get one on up.
A landscape.
Smart can only be called F-150.
Saved up some money and then found the home of my dreams. And I didn't even know that was.
And I get to live in this beautiful house with this beautiful kitchen.
On last. Yeah, you heard me. Last. That's what keeps the crust light and airy. It's kind of blowing my mind right now. Try the new
How good is this kid?
Lift there.
$1971. The Phillies 10-7. A few weeks later, the Pirates
a very busy morning. Golfer Tiger Woods. Early yesterday morning while driving northbound on a stretch of road that is described trees before inside.
County Fire were able to that he was able to speak to me.
Alcohol, odor of alcohol, all these different things that would give you an idea.
Was wearing a seatbelt. Statement on Twitter that read in part, "We thank